to compare, just really quickly, an organizer, an Earthquaker Devices organizer, to an MXR Bass Octave Deluxe. I know most people are comparing an organizer to a micropog. They're quite a bit different. Definitely some similarities. You can get the organizer to sound very similar to a micropog. The main difference is an organizer will always have a built-in, sometimes ever so slight, but like a Leslie or like a slight warble characteristic to it, whereas the Pog always stays very dry, really just interprets your signal. But then with the organizer, obviously, you can make it sound like an organ, so it's kind of cool. I bought it in with really the intent of taking my Bass Octave Deluxe off the board, because I like to play with a lot of sub-octave stuff, just like an overdriven sub-octave. Love that sound. But I found that this thing just kicks ass, and it's too hard to take off the board. It's got just such a big sound, better than the micropog, in my opinion. Just because of this growl and girth knob, it makes it really, really big sounding, obviously, as the names imply. And the organizer doesn't quite sound like that, but it's cool enough to keep both on the board. So here's an organizer with just the sub-octave isolated. So here's my clean sound. And you can hear, even with the lag all the way down, there's still a little bit of what almost makes it sound like slapback, which I think is pretty cool. Makes it kind of unique. You can't remove it though. That's as low as the lag goes. And if you had the lag all the way up, you would not play that kind of stuff. It'd be a completely different application. But it makes the Leslie warble sound almost gone. You can hear it. But there's like a tiny, tiny bit of delay in it, so if you're doing lead stuff, you know, I don't know if you'd want that or not. Here's just with like a little bit of an overdrive. See, it ends up just sounding kind of weird to me, but if you keep it back, even just a little bit, and it sounds pretty good. But let's compare that to the MXR, and the MXR just is huge. I personally like this guy, pretty big sounding, pretty thick, because you can take these almost all the way out. I guess you can't take them all the way out. Mix them both in. I'm recording from an iPhone, so I don't know how much of this low end actually gets caught in the camera or not. It sounds great in person. Here's with like a bigger deal. Now, we'll make the setting I like to use the organizer on, for lead stuff, I actually like to bring this high octave back into it a little bit, not all the way. And as the high octave comes in, you'll start to hear that Leslie sound a little bit more prominently. And here's with it all the way out. The more you turn the lag down, the more you'll actually hear it also. So if you keep it just a little bit, lessen up, then you compromise and get a little bit more delay. And like I said earlier, the more you get that out of there, the bigger the delay, or the longer the delay sound is. But again, I personally like something kind of in here. I don't know what I'm getting all this scratchy crap from. It's pretty big and loud sounding. The organ sounds, and this is what makes it fun because it's really versatile. Married folk out there, and here's a little bit of delay, a little bit of modulation. Take the reverb out of there. I won't make wedding music anymore. And then, actually in this kind of setting, just like running around doing stupid stuff sounds very crazy. You can hear it's very different sounding. And here's the full-on organ deal with the lag taken out. But you compare that back to the space octave deluxe. You can hear they're two totally different pedals, and they're both cool. So as someone else stated in one of these demos, an organizer and a micropog are definitely different, maybe both worth having. Like I said, I did this with the intent of getting rid of this pedal, making more board space, but this MXR with this sound is just awesome to me. So, it's too hard to do.